So I'm finally back. I haven't made a video since I would think I was 5 months pregnant, and I'm officially not pregnant anymore. Yay! I had my baby September 14th at 3:46 in the morning. He was 6 pounds, 11 ounces, 18 inches long, and he's absolutely beautiful. So I'm gonna put some pictures on. I had him, but let me go back a little because I stopped making videos at 5 months. I was about 27 weeks when I got admitted to the hospital because I was having such bad, terrible, horrific pain, and the pain was due because of the fibroids. Um, they were going through what they call degenerating fibroids, and some of you who had fibroids before know that when you go through degenerating fibroids, it's just a horrible pain. It was so bad where I could hardly walk. My father had to help me. Um, it was just really terrible. But they admitted me to the hospital, and they gave me morphine and some other hopped up medicine, and I had the best sleep of my life during my hospital stay. But they didn't think I would make it. I would go full term. They didn't think the baby would make it because of the fibroids. When fibroids go through degenerating, it's like the oxygen level of the fibroids. How do I explain it? It's like the blood supply of the fibroids, they get bigger than the oxygen supply. So therefore they start to die, and that causes all the pain. I don't know, you can Google it. But I really didn't think, man, it was just really rough. It was really rough. I would never wish that on anybody. So I had to go in for a C-section at 39 weeks. The whole C-section experience was terrible. I would never ever want to do that again. They had to cut me what they call classical C-section. It's so long. It's way longer than a regular C-section, and it took longer than a regular C-section because I had two large fibroids grew back, or I don't know, whatever. But I had two large fibroids that was blocking the way of getting the baby. Plus, they had to take out two small fibroids that was in the way. So I guess that's why they couldn't cut me like the normal way. So they told me if I ever wanted to have kids again, I will always have to have a C-section, and I just can't ever imagine going through it again. You know, when you have a C-section, you can actually feel them. You don't feel the pain, but you do feel them tugging at you. My battery's completely about to die now. But when you have the C-section, like I was saying, you don't necessarily feel the pain, but you do feel the tugging at your stomach, which is very uncomfortable, makes it a very unpleasant kind of experience. And, you know, they don't tell you anything. The doctors and nurses don't tell you what's going on, which would have been helpful because at one point, my stomach, well, I didn't know it was my stomach at the time, but I started throwing up. And I felt like I couldn't breathe, and my husband was, you know, he was like, what's going on? And they told him it's because the doctor was putting pressure on my stomach, and that was causing, you know, me to be throwing up and not breathe, and this whole pregnancy and everything, it wasn't nice, you know, but I still feel very blessed because my baby's healthy, I'm healthy, there was no complications, no, you know, huge complications. During the operation, I got a great doctor. I mean, I'm blessed. I really am blessed. Besides everything that happened and everything, it's still a blessing. And I don't know, if you guys have questions about the C-section, about fibroids, just let me know. I'll be happy to answer the questions. You know, I have so much going on in my head right now because I haven't been on a while, so I don't know really what to talk about. I don't know. I guess that's it for now. Oh, I should talk about after having a C-section in the hospital. It it was crazy because, it's hard for you to walk around. Like, I know everybody's C-section is different, so everybody handles pain a little different. And I typically have a high tolerance for pain. Um, but it was like so weird not to, be able to move around on your own because, you're kind of hunched over like this for days. You're just walking around hunched over because, your stomach is sore. And then, they don't let you leave the hospital until you pass gas and poop. So, and that gas pain is no joke. It's like you feel it all in your back. I mean, I don't know why people would get a C-section if you didn't have to. Like, I don't get it. Like, that's a major operation. But I decided to keep the baby with me. They asked me that I want to keep the baby in the nursery, And I was like, no, I'll keep him all night. But I would recommend, if you can't deal with pain, to put the baby in the nursery at the hospital, because it was hard, and I kind of opened up my wound a little because, all the bending, I was picking him up to get him out the, the little bassinet that they have him in to feed him. And that was difficult, but I was really happy to have him there, have those first few hours, just me and him. I stayed in the hospital 3 nights. So it was nice for me just to have him there. It was new because there was like nobody there with me, at night. But it was a good experience, I guess. I never want to repeat it again. But it was a good experience, having him with me at night. I'm breastfeeding. I didn't think I would be able to do it. I mean, my baby's 2 months now, so I've been breastfeeding for 2 months strong. Just no formula, no cereal, nothing, just straight breast milk. And the first few days, it was so difficult because I felt like, he wasn't getting it, I wasn't getting it. It's frustrating because, your nipples is kind of sore, and you both have to learn, each other. And, but it's interesting. Breastfeeding is interesting because, the first few days when your milk is not in yet, the baby sucks differently. And then when your milk comes in, then he has to learn all over again how to suck because, you're fuller now. You have more milk in you. But I would say if you could, to try and do it. It is challenging at first. But once you get past, like, the first few days and the first few weeks, I mean, it gets a lot easier. And, breast milk is healthier for the baby. They digest it easier. So I don't know how long I'm going to breastfeed. I really don't know how long, but I feel good about it. It's very demanding. So my hat's off to all the women out there who do breastfeed because it's very demanding, And I just started trying to pump, just to save up for, in case of emergency. I don't give him a bottle, but just to save up, in case of emergency day, I want to go shopping one day, leave him with grandma or daddy, they have milk, but, that's all I can really think of right now. I don't know. What else? Breastfeeding. I don't know. If I think of anything, I'll make another video. Thanks for watching.